What's not funny, attacks on Madison's jogging paths are up this summer, but it's a feathered foe that's to blame.
Here's part of a story that Leah Lynchide did last week.
I'm running along, nobody near me, it's quiet.
Daniel Mitchell's been running Madison's routes.
All of a sudden I feel this smack on my back, and I thought for sure I was being assaulted. I thought somebody was attacking me. I look behind me and there is this bird hovering above me, just looking very angry at me.
Dive bombed by a bird. Daniel describes another 2 instances of attacks at the hands, or rather claws, of red-winged blackbirds.
They're intense. I mean, they're a bit of a menace right now.
So, what is going on here?
Let's find out from Professor Emeritus Stan Temple, who has studied this bird behavior quite extensively. Hi, Stan. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So what is happening? What's going on?
Well, this time of year, lots of birds, including red-winged blackbirds, have young birds that have just left the nest and fledged. And they're very defensive about their young. And what they're trying to do is basically a natural parental defense of their offspring. So the idea, of course, is to chase you away from where the babies are. So part of it's natural behavior, but then there's part of it that human beings are actually teaching the birds to do.
We run away, they're getting their way, they're doing their job.
So we're making them more aggressive?
We are making them more aggressive. There are 2 things that happen. One, we don't really threaten or harm them, so they pretty quickly lose their fear of coming close to us. But even more important, as you said, it happens on pathways where bicyclists and joggers are going to keep going, which is exactly what the birds want you to do. So it's positive reinforcement. We're giving the bird exactly what it wanted. It's no longer afraid of us, it attacks, and we go away. So the next time it gets bolder and bolder and bolder to the point where some of them are hitting people on the head.
So we should not do that. We should turn around and say, hey,
there you go.
Stop it.
There you go.
Confront them.
There you go.
They actually can learn this?
They learn it, and they learn it very quickly. They learn it literally during these few weeks that they're defending their nests and young. But it happens so often, repeatedly on bike paths and trails. There's hundreds of people going by every day, and every one of them does exactly what the bird wants them to do, and that is
fascinating.
Go running away.
Yeah.
But a little red-winged blackbird is one thing. Does this same phenomenon happen with bigger birds?
It does.
Hawks and...
It does, and as we've had more birds of prey moving into cities, we've had instances in which a bird of prey gets the same type of positive reinforcement and lack of fear. And it's especially happened on golf courses where there might be a red-tailed hawk or a Cooper's hawk nesting, and golfers end up getting attacked. And it's one thing to be pecked by a red-winged blackbird, it's another thing to be hit by a 2-pound bird of prey.
Oh, wow.
So what's the advice? Avoid the area?
Turn around and confront the bird.
Really?
Yeah, that's all it takes, and they'll back off.
Bring a tennis racket?
I wouldn't go
When
that
you have a
far.
golf club in your hand,
A menacing stare is probably all it takes, yeah.
And how long will this continue? How long?
A couple of weeks while they have young, and when the young are still in the neighborhood of the nest, eventually the young wander off, and
So
at that point the parents won't bother anymore.
It's not birds in the nest, it's after they've left the nest?
After they've left the nest. Yeah.
Why doesn't this behavior occur when the birds are
interesting.
young are in the nest?
Well, when they're in the nest, of course, the parents don't want to sort of
draw
attention to the nest. So they're not as aggressive. I mean, if you come right up to the nest, they're likely to make a fuss. But for the most part, they want to keep that part of the nesting cycle sort of secret. But when the young are out and moving around and it's hard for the parents to keep track of them, you know, they don't have any reason not to do what any parent would do, and that's defend their young.
And they have more than one set of young per season, or just one?
Red-winged blackbirds can have a couple.
So this could happen?
It could happen again later in the summer. And in fact, it does. We studied goldfinches, robins, and red-winged blackbirds, and they all 3 showed exactly the same thing. Goldfinches don't begin nesting until much later in the summer, but they do exactly the same thing.
I'll take on a goldfinch any day.
There you go.
About this big.
Yeah, seagulls do too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a long story, but I've been hit in the head by a seagull.
Yeah.
That's, you don't want to feel that, I'll
Yeah.
tell you. All right, so confront the bird.
Confront them.
All right.
Well, that might be even better video of people, you know,
Staring them down.
Get out of here. Right.
All right, Stan.
Very
Fun as
interesting,
usual.
Stan.
Thank you.
Good to
Okay,
see
you're
you.
welcome.
We'll be right back.